It's a matter of putting the right content in front of the right people on the right platform.
Everybody's always complaining about Europe, that it's too far away from citizens and that nobody knows what actually Europe is all about. And I think social media for us in Europe gives us a good tool to actually bring EU politics closer to people, to translate it into things that actually matter in their life.
It's being able to tell people what we're doing, but also show them that there's a human side behind this. I think it's very easy for people to be cut off from a lot of what the EU does. I know from certain age categories, certain age demographics, it's hard for people to understand what's actually going on, and I think that social media gives us more of an avenue to explain what's happening.
It forces people to be always on. So people, if you're a commissioner and you've gained a follower, you've gained on Twitter, you've gained a fan on Facebook, you need to work to keep that person as a fan or a follower. So you need to give them something relevant and interesting to keep them listening to you. And it also breeds this kind of new way of two-way communication where we used to just broadcast our messages, but now if we put something out, we can expect dialogue back. So it's kind of real time. I say this and then you say this back and then we have a conversation. Whereas maybe 5-10 years ago or longer than that, I would just say my thing and then you would take note maybe for 5 seconds and you would forget about it.
We try on our social media platforms not to talk about six-packs and two-packs and very jargon-like European political terms, but we try to translate European politics to people's language, to make it local.
For my organization, which is a large institution, it's becoming an increasingly important way to reach out to change public opinion or to influence public opinion. I do see a difference between the adoption of social media both by institutions, political parties, and also by the private sector in North America versus Europe. North America is quite advanced in its adoption of social media for political purposes, but Europe is coming very quickly, and they're doing some very interesting things here.
I certainly think that social media has adapted to the political landscape in Europe. I mean, we see more and more now that platforms are changing to try and promote messaging, shorter messaging, but we also find that a lot more MEPs, a lot of commissioners, a lot of institutions are turning to social media platforms as well to get in touch with citizens. So it's very much a codependent relationship.
In Brussels and many of the people in this room, the institutions are waking up to the fact that they can just tell the right story to get that message across to those people and really make the impact that they're trying to do. So the stories are there to be told. It's just a way of spinning them in a way that makes sense to Europe.